obviously did not see that coming.
Another big-time low moment.
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper, in a way?
Oh, boy.
I'm just excited, as of right now, to be a Giant.
There is a trade. Fantastic.
We could trade a
Hands
coach.
down, the
I would trade him right now.
Aaron Rodgers,
Reggie Bush.
Warren Sapp.
And Brady Quinn sits.
The suspense is killing us. The pick is coming in. Let's go up to the commissioner, make it official. And the Eagles fans are hoping running back. We'll see.
I think between him and Ricky Williams, and they wanted Ricky Williams.
I bet you can see my heart bumping now.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Donovan McNabb, quarterback, Syracuse University.
The fans are irate over the fact that they didn't take Ricky Williams. I hope the fans don't take it out on Donovan McNabb.
No, they better not.
They really better not, because he's a young man who has the opportunity to be able to come in and I think really make an impact on the Eagles on offense.
These guys wanted Ricky Williams. How did that turn out?
And he turned out to be the absolute right pick in 1999.
What are the team needs for an Oakland Raiders team that had perhaps its worst year ever?
Jamarcus Russell or Brady Quinn. And I know we keep talking Russell, but Brady Quinn, his arm might be stronger. Lane Kiffin knows that this guy can run an offense right now.
With the first pick, the Oakland Raiders select Jamarcus Russell, LSU.
So Browns fans holding their breath right now.
Yeah, I really think it's got to be Brady Quinn.
The Cleveland Browns select left tackle Joe Thomas.
So Brady Quinn quenches his thirst because it may be a while for him back there in the green room now.
Brady Quinn is still on the board. I think that's somewhat surprising to both Minnesota and Miami.
Judging by the look of Brady Quinn, I think it's surprising to Brady Quinn that he's not
you know what,
been taken yet also.
He does have occasional accuracy issues. He's not a natural thrower of the football.
Maybe he's dropping because this guy is, in some people's mind, a product of the system, and maybe people feel he's been almost maxed out, or what you see is what you get.
Perhaps the Zach Thomas fans will get Brady Quinn.
You don't have a secure quarterback situation. I think it's got to be Brady Quinn right here.
But if they do pass up Brady Quinn, you have to wonder where Brady Quinn winds up dropping. Maybe Carolina at number 14, maybe Jacksonville at 17, but we could see one of those falls that nobody was expecting if Brady Quinn is not the pick here.
The last two quarterbacks they've chosen in the first round, Dan Marino and Bob Greasy. Will it be Brady Quinn to follow?
The Miami Dolphins select Ted Ginn, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Wow! You could read Brady Quinn's lips. That was surprising.
I think this is way too high for Ted Ginn, and I love his explosiveness. World-class speed, he gets vertical. I think he's a very average route runner.
And Brady Quinn sits.
Indianapolis has selected Trev Alberts, linebacker from Nebraska.
You got a problem with this move?
I think it's a typical Colt move. I mean, here's a team that needed a franchise quarterback to pass up a Trent Dilfer when all you have is Jim Harbaugh. Give me a break. That's why the Colts are picking second every year in the draft, not battling for the Super Bowl like other clubs in the National Football League.
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper, in a way? I mean, here's a guy that criticizes everybody, whoever they take. In my knowledge of him, he's never ever put on a jockstrap. We don't have to take anybody that Mel Kiper says we have to take. Mel Kiper has no more credentials to do what he's doing than my neighbor, and my neighbor's a postman, and he doesn't even have season tickets to the NFL.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you, I'm secure in my position. Obviously, Bill Tobin is not very secure in his position to have a response like that.
And we will win regardless of what Mel Kiper said.
That's why the Colts are the laughingstock of the league year in and year out.
April 24th, 1994, a day that will live in infamy.
Danny Shelton going to the Cleveland Browns.
There's your bear hug.
We might lose him. Fantastic.
You picked the commissioner up and squeezed him to life. How excited are you?
It's crazy, man. It's happening now.
He can look out. The commissioner went to self-preservation mode right there for a minute.
And you almost took out our commissioner. What was that about?
Man, I'm just so excited, man. This is awesome, man. I just can't wait to, become a part of the fraternity, man, of the brotherhood of guys that make it to the NFL.
How about them Cowboys? I want to thank the Eagle fans for allowing me to have a career
I'm not going to say a single word about the Tennessee Titans record against the Indianapolis Colts because I was a punter, and there's no reason for me to talk about that. With that being said, we did not punt much against the Tennessee Titans, so you probably have no clue who I am to begin.
People close to Tim Tebow are getting a strong sense that Denver could be where he ends up.
When Denver moved up to take Tim Tebow, people thought they had lost their minds.
Where's Jimmy Clausen? Is Tim Tebow going to go ahead of Jim Clausen?
It was such a shock.
It's like they did what?
Really, a first-round pick?
I think Tim Tebow's mom was surprised about it. Even his parents probably wouldn't have taken him that high.
Tim Tebow is on the phone in his house with the Denver Broncos, and he is going to be, after all is said and done, a first-round pick. Look at the price that they paid to go up and get him. A 2, a 3, and a 4. And let's hear the words that few people thought would ever be heard on the first night of an NFL draft.
The Denver Broncos select Tim Tebow, quarterback, Florida.
Well, we have our first trade of the night. What do you think, first blush, that could be all about?
So it's got to be Solomon Thomas, Jonathan Allen, Lattimore, or Adams. One of those four, because of all the buzz about San Francisco taking Solomon, Coach.
Absolutely.
Right? This is their way to safeguard that pick.
The Chicago Bears select Mitchell Trubisky, quarterback, North Carolina.
Hello. And the young man with just 13 career starts at North Carolina is trading in the NC for the C on the side of his helmet. And the city that hoped that Jay Cutler could be the savior now will put their hopes into Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, I'm going to be the first one to put my hand up and say I obviously did not see that coming.
Is it okay to be speechless in the second pick of the draft up here on the desk?
Well, I guess that does speak words and volumes.
Wow.
Minnesota Vikings select Christian Ponder, quarterback, Florida State.
Another big-time low moment.
So when I look at Ponder, 6'2", slightly above average arm, good feet, has to throw on rhythm and timing. He's a good leader. Rick Spielman is now tied at the hip with this young quarterback because, man, he's betting an awful lot on a kid that most people thought was going to go somewhere between about 25 and 40.
There is a trade because the Jets are now on the clock. Oh boy. And that's when things always get interesting at a Radio City Music Hall draft.
I think the only way you can make this trade and give away what they're about to give away is for the quarterback. It's got to be Mark Sanchez.
Well, Sanchez is excited in his home.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mark Sanchez, quarterback, USC.
The Jets have about 10 minutes to go on the clock, and the fans are letting you know which way they want to go.
Sap is the man.
With the 9th pick in the first round, the New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first real upset, I think, at this point in the draft. Not that Kyle Brady is a reach.
This has to be the biggest mockery I've ever seen in my entire life.
We could trade a
Hands
coach.
down, the biggest
I would
mockery.
trade him right
That's some
now.
absolute mockery.
Breaking news on NFL Total Access. The Houston Texans have signed North Carolina State defensive end Mario Williams and plan to take him with the first overall pick in the 2006 NFL Draft.
And the real question right now involves Reggie Bush and what happens to Reggie Bush. Where does Reggie Bush now go in this draft? The Texans feel like Mario Williams is the best defensive player in this draft, and he could do as much for their defense as Reggie Bush could do for the offense.
The commissioner of the National Football League is about to call out his name, and this place is going to erupt because that means Reggie Bush is officially out there for the Jets to trade up and get. Holding up the first jersey is Reggie Bush. No doubt thought that that would have been the jersey he would be holding up today, and that is not the case. He is now officially waiting.
Detroit Lions select Charles Rogers, wide receiver from Michigan State. Detroit Lions select Roy Williams, wide receiver, University of Texas.
Last year, Detroit, with the second overall pick, took Charles Rogers. They're certainly giving Joey Harrington a heck of a chance to throw to people.
The Detroit Lions select Mike Williams, wide receiver, USC.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Well, 3 straight years.
First time ever we've had a team take a wide receiver 3 straight years in the first round.
Well, is it Alex Smith? Well, is it Aaron Rodgers? We'll see. Number 1 pick in the 2005 draft. The commissioner has the card.
The San Francisco 49ers select Alex Smith.
I thought he was the best quarterback in this draft, slightly over Aaron Rodgers, and that's the direction, knowing the quarterback needed the way it was, that they had to go.
And I look at him and I see a polished college quarterback that projects well the National Football League. A lot of people did not have Aaron Rodgers as a top 10 quarterback.
Ronnie Brown, Braylon Edwards, Cedric Benson, Troy Williamson, Mike Williams, Jamal Brown, Thomas Davis, Travis
We
Johnson.
have Aaron Rodgers, still a quarterback waiting to happen.
A couple of weeks ago, Aaron, you were the clear-cut number 1. What's changed over that time?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. There really isn't another team in that top 15 that is enamored with Aaron, and that's why he's still sitting.
That does not mean he's not going to be a terrific quarterback down the road.
Pick him!
Right.
Let's go!
With the 24th selection in the 2005 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Aaron Rodgers, quarterback from California.
There you go!
With the 17th choice in the NFL Draft 2000, the Oakland Raiders select Sebastian Janikowski, kicker, Florida State.
So, the first major curveball of the 2000 draft. Sebastian Janikowski, the Polish powder keg, the kicker from Florida State.
And the commissioner coming to the podium. Could we have a shocker here? They go to a receiver other than Crabtree. It's possible.
Oh, I think it is possible. I think it's either Monroe or one of the receivers, and Al's a height, weight, speed guy.
With the 7th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select Darius Hayward Bay, wide receiver, Maryland.
The fastest guy at the combine, that is way earlier than he should have been picked.
Why don't you want to play for the Chargers?
We're not really giving details right now. We've made our decision, and that's what we're sticking to.
San Diego Chargers select Eli Manning, quarterback, Mississippi.
You see now, he's getting booed all over the country.
Well, now Eli is a villain.
The Giants confirmed to us from their draft room that if Phillip Rivers was sitting at number 4, there would be discussions with the San Diego Chargers that the Giants would take Rivers and then swap quarterbacks with the Chargers.
The New York Giants select Phillip Rivers, quarterback, North Carolina State.
What are the teams telling you?
Well, I hadn't gotten a call yet from anybody. I'm just excited, as of right now, to be a Giant.
The San Diego Chargers and the New York Giants have exchanged their draft picks, Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers. There has been a trade involving this 5th pick in the draft. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock.
It's amazing this trade did not destroy Ditka's legacy.
And he was willing to literally mortgage the house to go get this one running back.
Is this too much to pay for a player of this sort?
I don't think so. When you're talking about the number 1 rated player in the draft, I don't think any price is too high to pay.
I think it's a lot to give up. I really do.
What was the reaction in your room when James was passed and you knew you had the deal in place with the Redskins?
It was pretty calm, except for me.
The New Orleans Saints select Ricky Williams, running back, University of Texas.
Well, Danny, the clock is winding down on the Vikings. What's going on here?
You gotta like 7 players. There's 7 players in all of America that you can pick.
There goes
Minnesota
Jackson.
Vikings have had to turn one in. Here it is. You can't pass. Jacksonville's on the clock. Who do they take, Mel?
Well, I think you look at
They
Byron
passed.
Leftwich and Marcus True.
Too late because They the Vikings, passed. They can turn the pick at any time.
There was 15 minutes on the clock. You couldn't get a pick in 15 minutes?
Maybe there's an explanation, but we went through this scenario last year.
Second year in a row. Say it loud and
Jacksonville's
say it
on the
proud.
clock. Turn your pick in.
The card is in, but whose card? Whose card? The suspense is killing us.
We were like 7th, and then we were 8th,
the Jacksonville Jaguars select Byron Leftwich, quarterback from Marshall.
All right. First of all, to Minnesota for a moment. Minnesota can run up at any time with their pick, but Carolina's going to beat them to the clock.
The Carolina Panthers select Jordan Gross, offensive tackle from Utah.
Well, here comes Baltimore with speed, Carl Lewis-like.
Maybe Minnesota beat Baltimore, though.
Let's see. Or is it Minnesota?
And then we were 9th.
What are they doing?
With the 9th selection in the 2003 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Kevin Williams.
Well, they got their guy, Boomer. That's the most important thing.
I guess. I never say anything like this. This is great. Here we go.